How's everyone doing? Thanks for joining me on my small engine repair channel. Today's project is on this Craftsman 21-inch limited edition. Ooh. Push mower, and it's got a Tecumseh powered 6.0 horsepower engine. They call it Eager 1. And the problem with this mower is it's leaking oil all over the deck. So let me show you what's causing this and an easy way to fix it. All right, guys, so we're back into the spring season now. It's coming up anyways here in Southern Ontario, so I'm just kind of getting some inventory ready here to sell for the spring season. I came across this guy for free, and believe it or not, it does actually run. It doesn't run well because it has old gas in it, and the carburetor is going to need to be serviced. But I wanted to make a quick video on one of the major problems and one of the major reasons why I don't like lawnmowers with Tecumseh engines. Although they're fairly reliable, they are a little harder to work on than Briggs engines. The carburetors are a little bit more finicky, I find, and this is a major problem with a lot of these Tecumseh engines. Yours might look very similar to this, and if it does, this is the video for you. So, and it's very specific to Tecumseh pretty much, and it's mostly to do with the dipstick. Let me show you another example. Here's another older Eager 1 Tecumseh engine, and if you take a look, it doesn't look like it's as wet, but on the side here it's got a whole bunch of oil mixed with dirt on this particular engine. And the main culprit for this, guys, is the dipstick. Okay, so the dipstick on this particular one, the oil dipstick, is here, and it runs through this fuel tank opening. It goes down into the block right here, and this is where your oil is going to be seeping from. Okay, when I open this up, I'll show you there is a gasket or a rubber seal O-ring in here, and a lot of times that is going to be your culprit. All right, so the first thing we're going to need to do to get access to this dipstick and that O-ring is there's 1, 2, 3, should be 5/16 bolts on the top. Mine only has 2. Take your dipstick out. All right, and then you can slide your tank off and just put it off to the side. All right, now right here there's another 5/16 bolt, small one. All right, and that's as easy as it is to get this thing off. All right, now on the end of it, you see there actually is no O-ring. Now sometimes these O-rings get stuck inside the mower. So you can get yourself a little screwdriver, and you can pop that out. Okay. So here you go. This is your O-ring. Okay, this one actually looks like it's in really good shape. I wonder if someone had put it on upside down. So it just goes on the end like this. Okay, and then it sits in here like so. All right, now if yours isn't as nice of shape, or you're going to replace that, I keep some spares anytime I part out a lawnmower engine that's a Tecumseh. I always keep this little rubber O-ring because this is a very common problem. But right now I'm going to post a a picture of the part number for this particular O-ring if you wanted to purchase one yourself. Alright guys, so before I put this all back on, I did kind of spray some like degreaser on here. It looks way better. I will get this area later on. The other thing you're going to want to do is make sure that you clean sort of the inside rim of this opening of the crankcase where the filler goes in. You don't want any debris in there kind of messing with your gasket. If you are going to clean this as well, you want to put something like in there so any of the debris doesn't fall into your oil. I'm going to be changing my oil anyways, so. Alright, so I've got myself my dipstick. I've cleaned that up as well. I actually got a new, it's not a new one, but it's off a used parted out mower. And you can kind of see here that there's got a bit of a tapered end to this little seal. And you're going to want to put that one facing down towards the bottom of the mower. You just stick that guy in there. Make sure it goes in and forms a nice tight seal. Kind of wiggle it a little bit. All right. We're ready to put in our 5/16 bolts back on. Okay. You can put your gas tank back on. So 3 more 5/16. And I do have another one I'll put on that before I sell it. Put your oil dipstick back in. Make sure it's nice and cleaned off. And there you have it. So for a couple bucks and maybe 5-10 minutes of your time, a few basic tools, you can stop all this oil from messing up your deck and making it look like a piece of trash. Alright guys, so that's just one possible source of your leaking. And if the oil is pretty much concentrated on the side with the dipstick, I can pretty much guarantee you that's probably your problem. Two other options it could possibly be is there is a gasket right here that actually separates the two sort of halves of the engine. And if you've got oil seeping, like visibly seeping, I've seen it on a Honda specifically, if it's specifically seeping out from one particular area, you can probably assume that then that gasket has gone bad in between the two halves of the engine. One other thing is on the bottom side of the engine. Let me see if I can flip this over. If you've got oil all over the bottom side of the engine, right in this particular area specifically, that would be there's an oil seal where the crankshaft comes out the bottom there. If it's really saturated with oil, this one's got a little bit, but it's not saturated by any means. This oil seal is probably your culprit. So on these particular engines, those are probably your three main causes. One other possible cause is if the crankcase breather system is not working, then potentially your engine could be building pressure inside and therefore then blowing out some of the oil. Another big culprit as well is the oil level. All right, if you guys overfill this, I've got many videos on my channel about this. If you guys overfill the oil, all right, you think you're doing a good thing by topping up the oil, just make sure you top it up to the fill line. Do not overfill these things because they will build pressure because of the extra oil and it will blow oil out. All right, you can see this one's basically on the add line, but do not go above that fill line thinking you're doing a good thing. That's too much of a good thing. So anyways, guys, those are some other options for potentially having oil on the deck of your mower. Anyways, guys, hopefully this was informative, and if it was and you liked it, please smash the like button. If you're not a subscriber and you like this kind of stuff, I post small engine repair videos once a week all throughout the year, and if that's your thing, you can go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you're notified each and every time I post a new video just like this one. So thanks again for watching. Until our next project, guys, take care.